Good morning, my fellow YouTubers. It is Wednesday morning. No, Tuesday morning. Okay. Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. December 20, what's today's date? Christmas is Friday. The 22nd today. Last days of 2015. Well, we got the wheel all coiled up, and I started putting tape on individual ones, and the tape on the copper is the start of the coil. This will help me organize when I go to wire this. It'll be easier. So what I'll do is make some time for a garage cleanup. I get done work today. This is, oh, by the way, here in America or the East Coast right now, it is like 7:15 maybe a.m. and I gotta be at work at 9 o'clock. So I do put some time in before work and a lot of time after work. So I got my tape up here. I come over here, and when I wound these, I sent them all that way so I could keep them stretched out and two out of my way. So I go back to the coil and see which one is the one that's the end. I grab the other one, that's the start. And the reason I'm taping the start is because the start of the coil, if you put a positive in there, on the outside here, it'll create a pole. Like for instance, this one that I just did, this one right here, is a north. And when I lift up this here, there should be a piece of tape on there. Remember, I had tape, no tape, or no tape, tape, no tape, tape, and each tape one was a north. So I lift up, there's black tape that's right under there. It's hard to see, but it's there, so that was the north. And I'll show you guys a quick little experiment that we could reverse the pole on that. So I wanted to show you guys that these poles are very reversible. So that's what makes these magnets really unique. Alright, so we got some clean ends. You got, so like I said, the positive. This is the positive of a 12-volt battery coming in. And then we'll reach down here. Now I got a shorter wire that I need to use, so we're going to make this wire the positive. And then we're going to make this other one the negative. Alright, that'll be the negative. You can see, obviously, bam, there's some damn power. Okay, so we'll go back to it. We got it north. We're going to hit it, just made it south. Alright, now I know this is kind of trippy, Hopefully you can see this. Explain this to me, guys. You guys see that? You can see that, right? Let's see if I could spread out your view. No, I can't. All right, we'll do the best we can here. But you can see that the magnet is on a north. Watch the magnet. Okay, now it's on the south. Watch the magnet again. Now it's on north. Now it's on south. Now it's on north. Let me explain to you what's going on here. It took me a long time for this find. These magnets change their poles. So did you notice that I'm snapping? Like I make contact with the wire, and then I disconnect. On the disconnect, these magnets are following the path. And then on the disconnect, they snap back. It's reversing its poles. Now, if you look down here, this one goes up, around, and back, okay? So right here is a south, and that's a north, okay? So we're gonna change that to be a south. This is now a north. You see that, guys? This here on this side, south, north, south, north. Yeah, cool experiment, right, guys? So these magnets are so different. You just seen these magnets just take a charge. Take an opposite charge. Not even take an opposite charge. I didn't reverse the poles on the wire. That stayed the same. You've seen the poles reverse on the two magnets. That's pretty cool stuff. We're going to be doing some good stuff with that too, by the way. Real cool stuff. We'll get into that later. Some Leedskalnin talk. So now we'll go back to these guys. I gotta find the start. So I just got a comment back from a gentleman from Holland, and I just posted a video, part of my live broadcast, and there was no volume. Isn't that crazy how YouTube sometimes, it must be a glitch in the uploading software or something like that. But I know sometimes, you know, like I got music in the background, and it's no big deal because I just don't run any commercials on it. I'm not allowed to, which is fine. I'm doing this really for just people's entertainment and to learn. Actually, I want you guys are out there making your own coils. I want you to learn some of the things that I've learned through the 3 years being into this. But he said the volume didn't show up, so I just reloaded it and the volume was on. So it's really just a glitch. Yeah, it's the silent version. This is the start here of a live cam. Now for you guys that are making your own machine, I want to see some uploads. Some of you say you have or claim that you have your own machine. It ain't gotta be looking like Eds. It could still be like Eds. And I like to help you guys build it and teach you some of the stuff that I learned. Basically on this too, this metal pipe over here, when I go ahead and click on a magnet, in the beginning idea was to click on only one individual, but then if you were doing experiments in the field or pulling energy off the wheel, then it may or may not work for you. I guess it all depends on how you set it up, but I would almost want all of them to go on in one shot. And by that, if I had a pickup right here, I would be picking up a positive and negative on the pickup. But I also know I will be creating a drag. So we'll have to experiment with it and see what that drag does. Pretty interesting stuff though. Yeah. Alright, so back to this over here. I'm grabbing the wrong. Alright, so I still got, remember I told you guys, I looped all these the opposite way and I started by keeping the wire going. And I realized there was too many ohms spread out, so it didn't have a lot of pull. A lot of pull at all. So I decided to go individually, and that's when I realized these are more acting like a PMH. Now, I like to imagine right now that Ed's very proud. You start adding copper to his wheel again. This is what Ed's wheel would have looked like back in the day. Coffee. Cheers to Ed. Alright, so I gotta get in there. I gotta cut the wire. Alright, bam. Sometimes it gets tricky on the other way of getting that wire out because it's the start wire or whatever it may be. Alright, so now we got a fresh start. Here we are over here. We got, this is obviously the end. This is the start. Yeah, this will definitely help me. When I go to wire this because I don't know, I'm ADD. Any of you guys ADD? So when I look at all these wires at one time, it fucking sizzles my brain. It's like taking a computer and just freaking hitting it with everything it's got. I just sizzle. So I gotta, with being ADD, I gotta do everything in my head in like departments or compartments, I could call them too. But each compartment, you know, I'll get to it when I can do it proportionally. It's crazy. Any of you guys out there are ADD? That's something that I recognized with myself. Wonder if anybody else, well, I'm sure anybody else could have the same thing they're dealing with. Alright, bam. Had a little knot in it, so it's hard to pull up. Okay, it's the start. That's obviously a start. So if you guys ever try to buy these magnets out there, they're really hard to get. A lot of the auto sales place that sells the vintage old parts, they don't want to give up these magnets for enthusiasts like us that's going to take them and do different purpose with them other than rebuilding our own Model T Ford. So, and then there's a couple out there that don't care, but I found more out there that won't sell them to you because they ask you for a core, so they want the old one so they can charge them up.